Good evening, everyone. It may seem strange during a pandemic, but some doctors, nurses, and others in the medical field are seeing their hours cut. Furloughs will soon begin at North Mississippi Medical or Health Services, that is, where their volume of patients has decreased up to 60% in the last 3 weeks. Even dentists are seeing the impact of fewer patients. Our Stephanie Poole joins us live with more on the challenges they're all facing.
That's right, Joey. Clinical offices are adjusting to new routines and new hours. With fewer patients going to specialized practices, these fewer people are working in the medical fields and dentist offices, for example. However, they still want their patients receiving care.
Literally, it was like turning off a water faucet. I mean, with from coming out full blast to nothing. I mean, so for the last 3 weeks, I mean, it's very, very limited.
Dr. Blake Balsley says his general family dentistry business in Starkville is seeing an all-time record low patient numbers because of COVID-19. Without patients, no employees are needed.
You know, I've got 6 staff members that really depend on me, and, you know, I love them, and I want to help them and keep them going too. But, you know, when you literally have that decrease of the patient flow, which obviously is necessary because of what we're dealing with, it's just, it's tough.
Dr. Wesley Ferguson of Ferguson & Coates General Family Dentistry says his practice only sees patients on an urgent need basis.
We want the hospitals to be able and available to treat COVID and COVID-related problems. So the last thing we need as a community are our patients showing up at Baptist or OCH with a tooth problem. We then see those people on a one-at-a-time basis. I mean, as in the patient will arrive for their appointment, park their car, stay in the parking lot, and we will go get them. So we're really only seeing patients one at a time, which is a pretty significant departure from what we've been doing.
With all these changes, doctors in the medical field are staying in contact with patients via telecommunication. Dr. Tim Bowden of Physicians and Surgeons Clinic says, although his employees have been cut, they're still taking appointments over the phone.
Our doctors can connect via video on the telephone or on the cell phone or the computer and conduct a visit. If it's a visit where they don't have to put their hands on the patient, we talk about medications and give advice and all that other stuff that goes in a medical encounter.
Sometimes it's just literally looking at the iPhone, say, hey, could you text me a picture of that real quick? And it's like, you know, it's just reassuring patients that should be fine. And other times it's like, no, we need to come in and see you.
North Mississippi Health Services says their senior leadership team took a 25% reduction in salaries to continue to match patient volumes with staffing. They will begin a furlough starting on April 13th. For now, reporting live in Columbus, Stephanie Poole, WCBI News.
Dozens of patients lined up to be tested for coronavirus at a mobile testing site in Eupora today. It was a drive-through procedure. Patients stayed in their vehicles as healthcare workers performed the nose swabs. Today's testing was appointment only. Those folks with symptoms of the virus who had been pre-screened could get the testing. University of Mississippi Medical Center led the testing operations and will notify all the patients when the results are in.
Together, we can make it more convenient for communities with a large number of cases or perhaps some testing gaps, help prevent further transmission. Our goal is to test, identify possible cases, provide counsel, and investigate possible exposures.
Along with UMMC, the State Department of Health, the Mississippi Emergency Management Agency, and the National Guard helped with the mobile testing. For more information on mobile testing sites, just visit our website, WCBI.com. A local discount retailer donates protective masks to Lowndes County first responders. Dirt Cheap gave the masks to Columbus police officers, Lowndes County deputies, Columbus firefighters, and Lowndes County volunteer firemen. 500 of the N95 masks and 400 surgical masks were handed out at the Columbus store. The masks were already in stock, so officials say it was important to give the protective equipment to those that put their lives on the line to protect us.
we try to find those counties, those cities, the fire stations and police departments and hospitals who need it the most, and it's a privilege to just be a part of that opportunity.
Our first responders who put their life on the line every day, when they get calls to come in from 911 saying there's an incident at a home, whether it be a domestic call or whether it's a difficult breathing, all of our responders respond to any calls they receive, and when they go, they will be well protected.
Dirt Cheap has donated more than 14,000 of the N95 masks to first responders in the region. As the COVID-19 outbreak continues, more businesses are turning to professionals to help them battle the virus. WCBI's Bobby Martinez spends a day on the job with a cleaning company to find out what goes into a deep clean.
As positive cases of COVID-19 continue to increase, cleaning businesses are in high demand.
So what we're doing is applying a disinfectant, and it is important to hire the right company to do that.
From doorknobs to light switches and keyboards, every high-use surface needs close attention. Brent Thompson, owner of Paul Davis Restoration in Starkville, says there is a big difference between a normal cleaning and a disinfecting targeting the coronavirus.
A business really needs to have a deep clean done before we come in and apply a disinfectant, because the coronavirus likes to live on dirt, dust, germs like that. And so if you walk into a business and it doesn't have a regular cleaning, then you would need to deep clean it first before applying the disinfectant.
Thompson says it is not enough to know what chemicals to use. You need to know how to use them. That's why you call the professionals.
We have several products that we use, and it's really important to hire a company that not only knows the chemical, but also knows how to apply the chemical correctly. A disinfectant needs to stay on the surface and leave the surface wet for about 10-minute dwell time.
Thompson even walked me through their process.
Here's some of the chemical that we're using to apply the disinfectant that we're using. We've got cases of sanitizing wipes. We have suits that we all wear, our PPE. We have our respirators that are, after every job, we disinfect them and seal them up. We've got UVL foggers. We've got HEPA air scrubbers. We've got a chemical dispensing system.
Reporting in Starkville, Bobby Martinez, WCBI News.
2,260 cases of coronavirus are now being reported in the Magnolia State, and the state health department reports 9 new deaths, bringing the state's total to 76. 5 new cases have been reported in Oktibbeha County, another case in Lowndes, and so far there are 14 cases reported in Clay County. 257 new cases were reported just today. According to data on the State Health Department website, 58% of those diagnosed are women. For a full list of the number of COVID-19 cases by county, visit the MSDH website. Lamar and Pickens counties are reporting more COVID-19 cases. There are now 7 positive cases in Lamar County and 17 in Pickens. Statewide, more than 2,700 Alabamians have tested positive for the virus. 333 are hospitalized. At least 48 people have died from the coronavirus in Alabama.
Well, weather-wise here in Alabama today, pretty nice this morning. Sunshine at Durham's Pharmacy in Vernon. Some higher clouds streaming on in this afternoon, and now we are looking at some of those high clouds just becoming overcast in all spots here, many spots, let's say. Upper 60s to around 70 right now. A pretty pleasant evening nonetheless, but the rain is going to stay to our south. Storms rumbling in Texas and Louisiana. We don't really have to worry about it. But clouds will fill back in tonight. 57 by 11, mid-40s in some spots when we wake up in the morning. Tomorrow, mostly sunny, upper 50s north, low 60s, mid-60s south. We are tracking severe weather potential for Sunday. More on that coming up.
New at 6, add outdoor burning to the list of things you have to refrain from in Mississippi during the COVID-19 pandemic. This afternoon, Governor Tate Reeves signed a proclamation calling for a statewide burn ban with no exceptions. The order goes into effect immediately and remains in effect until further notice. The State Forestry Commission requested the ban, citing the need to keep firefighters and emergency medical personnel freed up to handle other emergencies. Outdoor burning of any kind is prohibited. Anyone caught violating the ban can be fined. Burn bans are enforced locally by the County Sheriff's Department. Mississippi University for Women is providing an alternate grading option for this spring semester. The COVID-19 pandemic is causing the university to provide another grading option. Students can choose a pass, enhanced, a passed, satisfactory, and no pass for their grades in an individual class this current semester. A PE and PS option does earn course credits. Students can accept a letter grade or choose this alternative method. The choice must be made between May 5th and May 12th.
A well-known family doctor in Bruce is diagnosed with the coronavirus. He has since made a full recovery. We'll have his story of encouragement and hope. That's coming up on WCBI News.
Welcome back, everyone. A longtime Calhoun County doctor is back on the job after surviving a bout with COVID-19. Allie Martin has more from Bruce.
Dr. Bruce Longest has practiced medicine in Calhoun County for more than 30 years. Last month, the well-known family doctor had to take a self-imposed 3-week break after he was diagnosed with the coronavirus.
The cough was brutal. It was just a constant. Nothing helped. Whatever you did, kind of cough.
That's how Dr. Longest described the virus cough. In mid-March, Longest and several friends attended the SEC basketball tournament in Nashville, returning early when it was canceled over concerns of COVID-19. A few days later, Dr. Longest started feeling ill.
And I had a little low-grade fever, which I never run, and I thought, well, something's brewing. Next morning, I had a temp of 101, so I was aching and started coughing by then. I really thought I probably just had the flu, so I came and got tested for the flu and for strep, and all of that was negative.
With those symptoms, Longest self-quarantined at his home, taking Tylenol and Robitussin as he waited for the results. 9 days later, the results were in.
Came back positive.
The 61-year-old stayed home longer than the required 14-day period because he sees a lot of nursing home patients. Dr. Longest was tested 2 more times with negative results before returning to his office. There is now a protective plastic curtain around the front office desk, and all employees wear gloves and masks at all times. He believes once the coronavirus pandemic has passed, there will be long-term changes in the medical field.
I think masks are probably here to stay in the clinical setting, and we'll just be a whole lot more diligent about hand washing, hygiene, cleaning things like we've never done before.
Dr. Longest is sharing his story to encourage people. He says it's important to practice the CDC guidelines, use common sense, but not to live in fear. In Bruce, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Longest says his wife did not get the virus. Well, it's definitely good to hear those kind of stories, and we know that you'll be watching the forecast coming up.
Yeah, you know what, Joey?
As you make it.
I'm efforting to get my graphics to work because I noticed a typo. Thanks for stalling a little bit. All right. We are watching the weather forecast. We are watching a chance for a decent day for yard work tomorrow, low 60s. Some of you may stay in the upper 50s, but yeah, there is some opportunities for severe weather on Sunday. More after the break.
WCBI First Alert AccuWeather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Lots of sunshine earlier today once those clouds went away this morning, and then the clouds came on back this afternoon. Some high-level cirrus clouds drifting back in from the west. That was our time lapse from Tupelo. Currently in Tupelo, 71 degrees right now with our Alpha Insurance Camera Network. Now, late last night, we had some gusty storms around, and you can see that tree toppled over most likely from that storm. That was in Sturgis, Mississippi. Thanks to Vicki for sending that to us via Facebook. Numerous reports of wind and hail around the region over the last 24 hours. In our area, it was few and far between as far as official storm reports, but I know we had some issues out there. But we dodged most of that bullet. Easter Sunday, I don't think we can dodge it. Strong to severe storms likely, a pretty good chance for some severe weather here. All threats on the table: wind, hail, tornadoes, flooding from late morning through the afternoon into the evening. The model data is getting synced up here, so it's looking more and more likely something is going to happen on Sunday. We will be in this warm sector out ahead of this area of low pressure and cold front. Warm, moist air coming in from the Gulf of Mexico. Strong to severe storms will likely develop to our southwest in the morning, and then we will likely see ours in the afternoon or during the daytime heating. That's the way it's looking now, but we will continue to fine-tune the timing, the threats, everything going forward. We're still a couple of days out. The wind field down in the low levels and the upper levels coming together. We may have some pretty good wind and all that moisture teaming that up for those severe weather concerns. So download the WCBI News app. If we have live coverage, we'll be right here on TV, WCBI.com, and the app. And you can share pictures, videos, reports with us directly there via the app. Rainfall, also an issue here Sunday, maybe 1 to 3+ inches of rain with the showers and storms. So let's just enjoy the quiet weather we have out there this evening and for tomorrow. We wake up to temperatures in the 40s. By midday, upper 50s to around 60. Many of us in the low 60s and mid 60s in the southern half of the area, but those of you from Corinth and New Albany, maybe middle upper 50s. That's it, 59, 60 for you in Tupelo. Clouds out there this evening. We dodged the rain that will be closer to the coast tonight. Pretty nice for our Friday, lots of sunshine. As we roll on into your Saturday, we're going to call it partly cloudy. There will be rain to our southwest, but that really starts to build back in Saturday night and Sunday with that severe weather opportunity. Once that system goes away, pretty quiet next week, below average. Some nights getting down into the upper 30s once again.
Mississippi State continues to search for Vic Schaefer's replacement. More information on who the Bulldogs are looking at next in sports.
WCBI Sports with Courtney Robb is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
A big decision coming out of Oxford this afternoon. Ole Miss has made the decision to cancel in-person athletic activities through August 1st. The direct impact on the Rebels: no summer workouts, and the football team can only hope to return to the field in time for fall camp. That normally begins around early August. The Southeastern Conference has not released any official information or direction on what football programs should expect for the fall. The SEC officially canceled the remainder of the 2019-2020 season on Tuesday. Sports might be on an indefinite hiatus. However, coaches and players at Mississippi State continue to make moves. The most recent, sophomore guard Robert Woodard officially declaring to enter into the 2020 NBA draft. However, something of note, the Columbus native has not signed with an agent, which means should he choose, he can come back and play for the Bulldogs for another year. MSU head coach Ben Howland said Mississippi State was in full support of Woodard's decision to go through the NBA process. Woodard started in all 31 games this past season, averaging about 11 points and 6.5 rebounds per game. The hot topic in the Mississippi State Athletic Department: who will take over the women's basketball program? First reported by Ben Portnoy of the Commercial Dispatch, Mississippi State has narrowed down the search for Vic Schaefer's replacement. The names on the finalist list involve two sitting women's head coaches, Louisville's Jeff Walls and Old Dominion's Nikki McCray-Penson. Both reportedly have expressed interest in the position with the Bulldogs. Walls has spent the last 13 seasons at the helm of the Cardinals, during which he's taken the Cards to 9 Sweet 16s, 5 Elite 8s, 3 Final Fours, and 2 national title games. Meanwhile, McCray served as an assistant under South Carolina head coach Don Staley before taking over at Old Dominion in 2017. We'll continue to update you as information becomes available. Alabama head football coach Nick Saban may already have 6 national titles under his belt. However, now he's mastering a new frontier: his own email. According to an interview conducted by ESPN, Saban's newest venture is a result of social distancing. Saban says emails for him were being sent to his wife until she told him, hey, enough is enough. And Saban's own email was born after that. Now Saban is using that email to stay in touch with his players and his staff. That's it for sports. We'll have more for you after the break. Stay with us.
Coming right up after Andy Griffith, CBS affiliate WJTV is hosting a coronavirus town hall with Governor Tate Reeves and State Health Officer Dr. Thomas Dobbs. You can watch it right here on WCBI TV from 7 until 8. Young Sheldon and Man with a Plan fans, you'll need to set your DVRs. Young Sheldon will air at 1:05 and Man with a Plan at 1:35 a.m.
Pretty nice weather on our Friday. Temperatures will be on the cooler side. Plenty of sunshine Saturday as we get into your weekend. Should be pretty good. Low 70s. Now, as we mentioned earlier, Sunday, the day to watch for some strong to severe storms. That's really the only game in town, Joey, as far as active weather. We return to quiet weather next week.
We'll definitely enjoy that sunshine while we can take it, right?
That's right.
All right. Thanks, Keith. Thank you for joining us, everyone.